Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So on this channel, I spend a lot of time talking about how you don't actually own what you bought and paid for anymore. Everything has to connect to the manufacturer's server in order to work, which means the manufacturer can remotely turn it off. We have a law called Section 1201 of the DMCA, which says that if you break a digital lock or a technical protection measure, that you can get thrown in prison for 3 to 5 years, which is disgusting in the 1990s. Don't get it twisted. It was still nasty then. But when you live in a world where everything connects to the internet and it can be enshittified the way so many different products have, to the point where we have an entire website cataloging it, yes, that sucks. Now, this is something that just came out in the news recently from a Dutch defense secretary. He was talking about the F-35 jet, that fighter plane that is very, very expensive. This is about $80 million a jet. And he said, when it comes to software, I do want it to be the case that Americans cannot simply push a software update and block it. I use a TR3 software that's already on there with all the hardware that goes with it. And then I have a platform that is more capable than the Eurofighter, than the Gripen, than the Rafale for the next 15 years. My apologies if I mispronounced that. And also, this is a translation. This was originally an interview conducted in Dutch. Yes. And then I'm going to say something you're never supposed to say, in which I'm going to do anyway. Yes, in the end, there's still another option. You can, just like your iPhone, you can jailbreak an F-35. And this is, I love that he said that. I love that this is becoming something that is normalized, not just something that the pirate does, not just something that the criminal does. Whether we're talking about somebody who wants to be able to say that they own the media they buy, the movies and television shows they buy, their baby monitor, their security camera, or their defense system in their country. There is only one country to this day that has been given the ability, if they want to be able to install their own software on the jet, and that country is Israel. They have negotiated an exemption to install their own software. I think it's the F-35I Adir. That's the only variant that is permitted to run domestically developed software, and that is because Israel, unlike the Dutch, unlike the people in the Netherlands, see, they paid for the extra package. If you take a look at the head of the House Armed Services Committee, the person who was also trying to undo right to repair for our military, you can see that when you look at the people who donate to his campaign, I'm just saying they paid their subscription is all to U.S. Congress. In all seriousness, I think that him saying this is awesome. You've had Cory Doctorow talking about this around the world. He's been going on this tour and talking about how the entire the world trade used to be based on the idea of we have free trade with no tariffs, but can you do us a favor and take these U.S. laws about breaking digital locks and export this crap around the world? And now that the U.S. is kind of blowing up a lot of those trade agreements, whether you are for it or whether you are against it, the reality is that if many countries are not facing the free trade they had before, then why are they respecting these United States laws? Because in my opinion, as somebody who was born in the United States, as somebody who considers himself a patriot and a red-blooded American, I think that I should be able to own what I bought and paid for. I don't think it should be illegal to break a digital lock in something I bought and paid for. When I purchased this house, there were actually things that were locked inside this house from the moment I bought it because the owner did not give me the keys to everything because he didn't even have the keys to everything. So I'm able to do things like change the locks inside the house that I bought and paid for and remove them. Like once I pay over $500,000 for a home, I can get rid of the locks inside the home and put my own in there and make it mine. And whether we're talking about a baby monitor, whether we're talking about your car, or whether we're talking about a fighter jet, I am okay with the people who paid $80 million for that fighter jet jailbreaking it and getting access to the software. They paid for the jet. It's theirs. And people who disagree with that, I just don't think they're living out the spirit of America that comes from the founding days. I think it's really cool that he said this out loud, and I hope to see more people in other countries say this out loud, not because I hate America, not because I dislike my country, but because I love my country. I love the concept of freedom. I love the idea of don't tread on me, and part of don't tread on me is I'm going to install my own fucking software on my own jet. Go for it. Jailbreak the F-35. I think that's absolutely awesome, and I hope to see more people talk like this publicly as time goes on without fear. And the only thing that I disagree with what he said is when he said, I'm going to say something that you're never supposed to say. There's nothing wrong with what you said, sir. Your government paid $80 million for that jet, and even if they did not pay for the subscription to United States Congress that Israel did, you paid enough. You should be able to install the software that you want. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.